Hey guys, this is Paulo with Meditation Amsterdam. In today's talk, I would like to share my view on why talking of narcissism has become akin to psychological porn and why the topic became so damn popular in today's media. And before I expand on the topic, I would like to thank all the newcomers to the channel. There's been a fairly large number of subscriptions in the past few days. I'm really grateful to have your viewership and your subscription, and I hope I can continue to deliver on the kind of content that made you guys give me a thumbs up. And without further ado, I'll get straight to the punchline, and then we can unpack the topic a little bit in the way we usually do. So the reason for making the statement that narcissism talk is akin to porn is behind the notion that the ego, as I've described in the past and as all perennial scriptures and transcendental psychology books will explain to you, is fundamentally narcissistic. It may not express it, or it may express it in very healthy ways. But even the healthiest of egos is fundamentally narcissistic at its core. And if pushed far enough, it will reveal itself to be so. Now, I was very interested in the talks of Professor Sam Beckman. I've been following him for several years now. And at some point they acquired this kind of repetitive and very convoluted flavors in which he started to describe how sometimes the overt alpha narcissist becomes covert with a twist of lime, but sometimes when it's full moon, he started to expound on all the possible variations and all the things that the narcissist does and what he thinks and how he feels and how he or she brushed their teeth. And after a while, it really lost appeal to me because it seemed to me like once the core of the topic is known, all the variations in which it appears is not that interesting, really, except for one thing, which is the following. The more I listened to those videos, the more I recognized they were recognizing all the repressed traits that everybody has. In a sense, the narcissist had become the scapegoat. We had found as a collective the perfect archetype on which we could pile all our repressed tendencies and sins. And so naturally listening to talks about narcissism gives us a delicious juice of going like, oh, they're so damn evil. How dare they think and act in such a way or whatever. And we tend to overlook the skillful, albeit malicious way in which narcissists are extremely good at showing us the mirror that we do not want to see. There is a series in Netflix called Dark Mirror, I believe. I think the narcissist is a dark mirror. It is perfectly calibrated at bringing out the evil that we would like to believe that we don't have, and around which we have a massive blind spot. But they'll poke around, just like the wolf in the story. They'll blow and blow and blow, and the house will topple because it's fake. And this is painful to recognize, and it also doesn't take away from the fact that the toppling of our egoic house, when done in such a violent, malicious, and involuntary way, is of course a form of abuse. So this is by no means any kind of victim blaming, but I am pointing at something more nuanced and I believe overlooked in this case. I've not heard it being said anywhere. I'm not claiming I invented this, but it is very clear to me that to listen to talk about someone who does something evil, it's juicy and interesting because in our heart of hearts, we know that it describes our darkest nature the nature that we dare not enact and recognize about ourselves, that is called porn. I don't know. I haven't looked up the official definition of porn, but it seems to me like it's the taking pleasure in seeing people do things that we dare not do or are not able to do. Now, you could, of course, question whether indeed the ego is fundamentally narcissistic or not. And I have actually a playlist here on the channel about narcissism, and I have gone a little bit deeper into that topic. But long story short, in case those videos are not known to you, the essential idea is that the ego is a mental byproduct of an absence of emotional sustenance and a tool to guarantee physical sustenance. As such, it's really only interested in getting things, wanting and getting things. It is also a mechanism to avoid and repress pain. And to do so it wants to obtain validation and repress pain through the clever manipulation of external circumstances. And as I said, even if that manipulation takes on very socially acceptable or perhaps even wholesome expressions, any ego that is pushed far enough will reveal its true colors, of course. So this is not me saying that, by the way. It's something that I've come to experience in myself, and it's been also written about, especially in the work of A.H. Almas, The Pearl Beyond Price is another playlist here on the channel, which I would highly invite you to check out. So if we study the ego close enough in its fundamentally zero-sum, self-interested nature, we come to realize that so long as we have an ego, there's a fundamental core of narcissism within us, which would make it all too interesting to listen to talks about some evil person out there doing evil deeds, which is not us, and to then pile our sins onto that character out there. Now, I've clearly ran out of steam in this video, so I'm not going to continue, but I thought this was a little kernel of something worth sharing. And I thank you for listening thus far. I'll be back with more videos pretty soon. And if you think that this channel is worth liking, sharing, and subscribing, then I invite you to do so and to participate in these conversations. I'll be back with more videos pretty soon. Thanks for listening, and bye-bye.